I'm standing in my sister's wedding dress, and I can barely breathe. Not because the corset is too tight, though it is. Isabella has always been thinner than me, but because in exactly 3 minutes, I'm going to walk down the aisle and marry a man who thinks I'm someone else. A man who has every reason to hate the woman he believes he's marrying. A man whose steel-gray eyes could cut through diamond. My name is Sofia Castellano, and I'm about to become the substitute bride. Miss Castellano? The wedding coordinator peers through the bridal suite door, her smile professionally frozen. It's time, I nod, unable to speak. My hands shake as I adjust the veil, Isabella's veil, which she was supposed to wear yesterday before she disappeared in the middle of the night, leaving nothing but a note and the ruins of a multi-million-dollar wedding. The note is burned into my memory. I can't do this. I won't be his prisoner. Tell Mom I'm sorry. I'm my mother. That's why I'm doing this. That's the only reason I agreed to this insanity when Father burst into my apartment at dawn, his face gray with panic and rage. Isabella's gone, he'd said without preamble. The wedding is postponed, but Ethan Moore is threatening to destroy us. The merger, the business deals, everything depends on this marriage. You have to take her place. That's insane, I'd whispered, still in my pajamas, still processing. He'll know I'm not Isabella. He's only met her 3 times. All formal occasions, all brief. You're identical twins. He won't know. Father had gripped my shoulders, his desperation palpable. Your mother's treatment, Sophia. The experimental therapy in Switzerland. Insurance won't cover it. Moore's money is the only thing keeping her alive. And there it was. The trap. The choice that wasn't really a choice at all. Now I'm walking down the aisle of a private chapel, not St. Patrick's. Too much publicity after yesterday's disaster. Toward a man whose jaw is clenched so tight I can see the muscle jumping. Ethan Moore stands at the altar like a marble statue, 6 feet 3 inches of controlled fury in a custom Tom Ford suit. He's handsome in the way that dangerous things are handsome, sharp edges and cold beauty. Dark hair swept back from a face that could have been carved by Michelangelo if Michelangelo had been angry at the world. And those eyes, God, those eyes, they track my approach with all the warmth of a winter storm. I reach the altar. The minister begins speaking. I hear nothing over the roaring in my ears. Do you, Isabella Marie Castellano, take this man? Isabella. He thinks I'm Isabella. Everyone thinks I'm Isabella. I'm wearing her dress, her veil, her name. In a moment, I'll wear her ring and sleep in her bed and live her life. I do. The words escape before I can stop them. Ethan's eyes narrow slightly. Did my voice sound different? Does he suspect? Do you, Ethan James Moore, take this woman? I do. His voice is clipped, businesslike. This isn't a wedding. It's a corporate merger. I'm not a bride. I'm an acquisition. You may kiss the bride. Ethan's hand cups my jaw, tilting my face up. For a moment, something flickers in his eyes. Confusion, maybe, or recognition of something unexpected. Then his lips touch mine, cold and perfunctory. And it's over in seconds. We're married. I'm Mrs. Ethan Moore. And I have no idea how I'm going to survive this. On the Gaindier, Moore Penthouse occupies the entire top floor of the Apex Tower, with floor-to-ceiling windows offering a panoramic view of the city. It's beautiful and cold, all steel and glass and sharp corners, like the man who owns it. Your room is down the hall, Ethan says, shrugging off his jacket the moment we enter. He doesn't look at me. 3rd door on the left. I've had your things moved from your apartment. My things? Panic flares. What things? Isabella's things? What if there's something that proves I'm not her? The items your father provided. Ethan loosens his tie, finally turning to face me. I assume you'll want to change. That dress looks uncomfortable. It is, I say without thinking, then freeze. Would Isabella admit weakness? Ethan's eyebrow arches. I'm surprised you're being honest. Usually you're all practiced smiles and calculated responses. I don't know how to respond to that, so I say nothing. After a moment, he makes a dismissive gesture. I have work to do. I'll be in my office. Don't disturb me unless the building is on fire. He pauses at the hallway entrance. And Isabella? Don't think yesterday's stunt is forgotten. You humiliated me in front of half of New York society. You'll find I have a very long memory. He disappears down the hall, leaving me alone in this glass palace. I make it to the bedroom, my bedroom apparently, before the tears come. I've made a terrible mistake. I can't do this. I can't pretend to be Isabella. Can't live with a man who looks at me with such contempt, can't. My phone buzzes. A text from father. Your mother is asking for you. Treatment begins tomorrow. Thank you, Sophia. I dry my eyes. Right. This isn't about me. It's about Mom. I can endure anything for her. I just hope anything doesn't break me first. 2 weeks later, I've developed a routine. Wake up before Ethan. Make coffee. He takes it black, no sugar, hot enough to scald. Leave it on his desk. Disappear before he emerges from his bedroom. Spend my days exploring the penthouse like a ghost haunting her own life. Avoid him at dinner, which he usually takes in his office anyway. Go to bed, repeat, it's lonely. It's suffocating. And it's nothing like what I expected. The strange thing is, I'm learning about Ethan through his space. The bookshelves in his office hold first editions of philosophy texts and dog-eared poetry collections. He plays piano. I've heard him late at night when he thinks I'm asleep, and the music is heartbreakingly beautiful. He donates anonymously to children's hospitals. I found the thank you letters in his desk drawer when I was looking for stamps. This cold, ruthless CEO has depths I never expected. And that terrifies me because I'm starting to be curious about him, starting to want to know the man behind the marble facade. You're up early. I spin around, coffee pot in hand. Ethan stands in the kitchen doorway in pajama pants and nothing else, and I have to force my eyes to stay on his face. He's all lean muscle and sharp collarbones, and I am definitely not noticing. I was making coffee, I stammer. I can see that. He moves closer, and I'm suddenly aware of how small the kitchen is. You've been doing it every morning. Why? I thought you might like it. Isabella, you've never done anything nice for me in the 3 months we were engaged. Why start now? Because I'm not Isabella. Because I'm Sophia. And Sophia was raised to be kind, to take care of people, to find joy in small gestures. But I can't say that. Maybe I'm trying to make this work, I say instead. Ethan studies me for a long moment. You're different, he says finally. Since the wedding, quieter, less performative. My heart hammers. People change. Not that drastically. Not overnight. He reaches past me for a mug, his arm brushing mine. I inhale sharply and he notices. His eyes darken. What game are you playing, Isabella?
It truly feels like a new beginning.
Don't lie to me.
A fresh start.
His voice is soft, dangerous. I've had enough of your lies. The fake smiles, the calculated touches. The way you'd laugh at my jokes, but your eyes stayed cold. I agreed to this marriage because our families needed it. But I'm not a fool. Whatever you're planning, whatever angle you're working, I'm not working an angle. The words burst out of me. I'm just trying to survive this marriage like you are. Ethan blinks, clearly not expecting that response. Survive? You think this is easy for me? Living with someone who looks at me like I'm something
Maybe
stuck
you're
to
right.
his shoe? Knowing you hate me? I'm doing my best here, and my best apparently isn't good enough, so maybe you could just... Back off! I push past him, heading for my room, but his hand catches my wrist. Wait, I freeze. His grip is gentle, not restraining. When I turn back, his expression is shifted into something I can't read. I don't hate you, he says quietly.
I hate what you represent.
The manipulation, the games. But you... He trails off, looking almost confused. These past 2 weeks, you've been different. Genuine. And I don't know what to do with that. We stand there in the morning light, connected by his hand on my wrist. And something shifts between us.
I know.
Something dangerous and electric and completely
like it,
inappropriate given that our marriage is a business arrangement
How are
based
you
on a
feeling?
lie. I should go. I
Just
whisper.
tired.
Tired.
He releases me, but his eyes follow me all the way down the hall. You're 1 month later. You need to attend the charity gala with me tonight. I look up from my book, one of Ethan's poetry collections, which I borrowed without asking. We're in the living room, a space we've started sharing in the evenings. Not talking, just existing in parallel. It's become comfortable in a strange way. A gala? The Moore Foundation annual fundraiser.
I can't do this
As
anymore.
my wife, you're expected to attend. He's using
You know
his
what happens
business
if you
voice, the
don't?
one that brooks no argument. Wear something appropriate. We leave at 7. 3 hours later, I'm standing in front of my closet in a panic. Isabella's clothes are all here.
Lily.
Designer dresses, expensive
We will
shoes,
get through
jewelry
this.
that costs more than my old apartment. But
But
I
what
don't
if
know
we
what
do
Isabella
not?
would wear.
We will.
I don't know
promise.
how she'd act.
It's
I've been
terminal.
hiding in this penthouse for 6 weeks, playing house with a man who thinks I'm someone else. And now I have to face the world. A knock on my door. May I come in? Ethan enters before I can answer.
I'm so
He's
sorry,
already dressed in a
Lily.
tuxedo. looking like he stepped out of a magazine. His eyes scan the dresses spread across my bed. Having trouble deciding?
What is
I
wrong
don't-
with you?
I'm not sure what's
My
appropriate.
dearest friend.
He moves to the closet, his fingers trailing over fabrics.
I'm writing this
Isabella
to you
usually
because I
went for
couldn't
red,
bear to say
bold
goodbye in
attention
person.
grabbing.
Don't
He pulls
leave
out
me.
a crimson dress with a plunging neckline.
I'll be
This
here
was
when
her
you get
favorite.
out.
I stare at it. The dress is beautiful but aggressive. Armor, not clothing. I don't like red, I say without thinking. Ethan's
love
hand
you,
stills.
Ethan.
What?
I love you too,
Too
Lily.
late to take it back. I mean, I'd prefer something else. If that's okay. He studies me for a long moment, then reaches deeper into the closet. He pulls out a midnight blue gown, elegant and understated. This one.
We did everything we
It matches
could.
your eyes, Isabella's eyes. I correct automatically. Right.
No.
Isabella's eyes. But something in his tone suggests he's not entirely convinced anymore. The gala is
I
overwhelming.
never meant for this to
Hundreds
happen.
of people in
I know,
glittering
but it
dresses
did.
and expensive suits, all air kissing and networking and
We can
playing the
fix
social
this.
games I've never understood.
Goodbye,
I stay close
Noah.
to Ethan, who navigates
Goodbye,
the
Lily.
crowd with practiced ease. Ethan, and this must be the elusive Mrs. Moore.
I love
A
you.
woman in her 50s approaches, dripping
I
in
love you
diamonds. Ethan's smile is polite but distant.
I love you
Mrs.
too.
Whitmore, may I introduce my wife, Isabella?
I love spending
Finally.
time with you.
We were all so
Me too.
curious after the wedding postponement. Mrs. Whitmore's eyes are sharp, assessing. You look different from your engagement photos, dear. Have you done something to your hair? My heart stops. No, just styled differently. Well, you're certainly more subdued than I expected. The Isabella I met at the Vanderbilt auction was quite the firecracker. She laughs. Remember, Ethan? When she bid against you for that painting, just to drive up the price? Ethan's arm tightens around my waist. My wife contains multitudes, Mrs. Whitmore, if you'll excuse us. He steers me away, his jaw tight. What was that? What was what? You froze. You looked terrified. The Isabella I knew would have laughed off that comment and made some cutting remark. He pulls me into a quiet alcove. Who are you? I'm your wife, I say, but my voice shakes. No, Isabella would never look at me the way you do. She'd never make me coffee or read my books or blush when I walk into a room. She'd never wear blue instead of red. His hands frame my face, forcing me to meet his eyes. Who are you, really? I could lie. Should lie. But I'm so tired of lying, and those gray eyes are seeing right through me anyway. I'm Sophia, I whisper. Isabella's twin sister. She ran away and father made me take her place. I'm so sorry. I never meant to deceive you. My mother is sick and the treatment costs so much and I didn't know what else to do. Ethan drops his hands like I've burned him. He steps back, his face cycling through shock, anger, and something that might be hurt. You're not Isabella. No. This entire time, I've been living with a stranger, married to a stranger. I'm sorry. How long were you planning to keep this up? Until Isabella decided to come back? Until I figured it out on my own? His voice is rising and people are starting to stare. This is fraud. I know. Tears stream down my face. I know it's wrong. I know I'm a terrible person. But my mother is dying and Isabella left and I didn't have a choice. There's always a choice. But his voice has lost some of its edge. He runs a hand through his hair, destroying its perfect styling. We need to leave now. Before I say something I'll regret. The car ride home is silent. Ethan stares out the window, his jaw clenched. I press myself against the opposite door, trying to make myself small. When we reach the penthouse, he goes straight to his office and slams the door. I go to my room and start packing. Folding clothes into a suitcase when my door opens. Ethan leans against the frame, still in his tuxedo, looking exhausted. What are you doing? Leaving. Isn't that what you want? I don't know what I want. He enters the room, closing the door behind him. I've spent the last 2 hours trying to process this. You're not Isabella. You're Sophia. You've been Sophia this entire time. Yes. The woman who made me coffee every morning, who fell asleep reading my poetry books, who looked at me like I was worth knowing instead of just worth marrying. He sits on the edge of my bed. That was all you. The real you. I'm sorry I lied. I'm not. At my shocked expression, he laughs bitterly. Don't you see? I was falling for you. For the first time in my life, I was actually falling for someone. And I thought it was Isabella. I thought the woman I was engaged to had somehow transformed into someone genuine and kind. But it wasn't her. It was never her. Ethan, it was you. It's always been you. He stands, moving closer. And that terrifies me because I don't know you. I don't know your favorite color or your coffee order or what you wanted to be when you grew up. I know Isabella's file, her education, her social connections, her business value. But you're a complete mystery. My favorite color is blue, I say softly. I take my coffee with cream and 2 sugars. And when I was little, I wanted to be a teacher. I take a shaky breath. I'm nothing like Isabella. I'm quiet and boring, and I'd rather read than go to parties. I'm not sophisticated or clever or any of the things you needed in a wife. Maybe not the things I thought I needed. He cups my face, his thumb brushing away a tear. But maybe exactly what I actually need. You don't have to say that. The marriage can be annulled. You can find someone appropriate. I don't want someone appropriate. His voice is rough. I want you, Sophia, the real you. You don't even know me. Then let me learn. He leans his forehead against mine. Let me take you on a real date. Let me court you properly, like I should have done from the beginning. Let me fall for you without the lies between us. What about Isabella? The contract? The business deals? Screw the business deals. I have enough money. And Isabella, he pulls back, searching my face. Isabella never wanted this. But you did. You sacrificed yourself for your mother. That's not weakness, Sophia. That's strength. My father will be furious. He'll lose everything. Your father put you in an impossible position. He doesn't get to dictate what happens next. Ethan's hands slide down to grip mine. But you do. This is your choice, Sophia. Not your father's, not Isabella's, yours. Do you want to leave? Do you want an annulment? Or do you want to try making this real? I should leave. It's the sensible thing, the safe thing. But when I look at Ethan, really look at him, I don't see the cold CEO anymore. I see the man who plays piano at midnight, who donates to children's hospitals, who fell for me without meaning to, just like I fell for him. I want to stay, I whisper. I want to try. His smile transforms his face. Then stay, be my wife. Be yourself. And let me spend the rest of my life learning everything about you. He kisses me, and it's nothing like the cold peck at our wedding. This kiss is warm and deep and full of promise. This kiss is real. When we finally break apart, I'm breathless. What do we tell people? The truth. That I married the wrong twin and ended up with the right woman. He grins. Society will have a field day, but I don't care, do you? No. I laugh, giddy with relief and joy and terror. But Ethan, my mother's treatment, is paid for. That doesn't change. I'm not a monster, Sophia. Your mother will get the best care available. He tucks a strand of hair behind my ear. Now tell me everything. I want to know all of it. Every detail, every story, every piece of you that makes you who you are. So I tell him about growing up in Isabella's shadow, about my love of teaching and my dreams of opening a school, about my mother's diagnosis and my father's desperation, about the fear and loneliness of the past 6 weeks, and he listens. Really listens. Not like I'm a business deal or an obligation, but like I'm someone worth knowing. Your turn, I say when I've talked myself hoarse. Tell me about you. The real you, not the CEO everyone sees. He settles back against my headboard, pulling me against his side. Where do I start? Anywhere. Everywhere. So he tells me about his childhood, about parents who valued achievement over affection, about building his company from nothing, driven by a need to prove himself, about the loneliness of success, the isolation of always being the smartest person in the room. Until you, he says softly. You challenged me without trying,
and I don't know
made
who
me
to
want to be
trust.
better, not for business, but for
you.
you.
Trust me.
I'm not that special. You are to
And
me.
it truly feels like
We
a new
talk
beginning.
until dawn,
A
curled
fresh
up
start,
together on my
indeed.
bed, learning each other. And somewhere between his stories and mine, between confessions and revelations, I realize something profound. I'm falling in love with my husband. Not the stranger I married under false pretenses, but the man beneath the facade. The real Ethan, just like he's falling for the real me. 3 days later, she's here. I look up from my coffee, cream and 2 sugars in my favorite mug that Ethan bought me yesterday, to find him standing in the kitchen doorway, his
Maybe you're
expression
right.
grim. Who? Isabella. She's downstairs. Security just called. My stomach drops. Oh, you don't have to see her if you don't want to. I can send her away. No. I set down my mug with shaking hands. I need to face her. We both do. Ethan crosses to me, taking my hands. Whatever she says, whatever she claims, remember, you're my wife. You're the one I choose. That doesn't change, I nod, drawing strength from his certainty. Okay, let's do this. Isabella looks exactly like me and nothing like me. Same face,
It's
same
still
height, same
raining.
dark hair. But where I'm wearing jeans and one of Ethan's sweaters, she's in designer everything. Where I'm
I
barefaced
like
and
it, though.
nervous, she's perfectly made up and radiating confidence.
How are you feeling?
Well, she says, her eyes
Just
scanning the
tired.
penthouse.
Tired.
I see you've made yourself comfortable in my life, little sister. Isabella, I'm proud that my voice doesn't shake. Where have you been? Paris, then Monaco, then Bali. She shrugs. Anywhere but here. I told you in my note I wasn't going to be his prisoner. I'm not a jailer, Ethan says coldly. I'm the man you agreed to marry and then abandoned at the altar. Oh, please. You didn't want to marry me any more than I wanted to marry you. It was all about the merger, the business deals, the family
You
alliances.
know what happens if you don't?
Isabella's smile is sharp, but imagine my surprise when I saw the society pages. The wedding went ahead after all, and my darling twin sister took my place. Father
Lily.
asked me to. Father used
We
you.
will get through this.
Like he always does. Poor sweet Sophia.
But what if we
Always
do
trying
not?
to fix everyone's
We will, I
problems.
promise.
Isabella moves
It's
closer, her
terminal.
heels clicking on the marble floor. But here's the thing, that's my marriage. My husband, my life. And I want it back. No. Ethan's voice is flat. You gave up any claim to this marriage when you ran.
I'm so sorry,
Sophia is my
Lily.
wife now. Legally, I'm your wife. Sophia married you under my name, which makes the marriage fraudulent. Isabella's smile widens.
What is
I
wrong
could
with
have
you?
it annulled with one phone call,
My
or
dearest friend.
she pauses dramatically. You could make it
I'm
worth my
writing
while
this
to stay
you because
disappeared.
I couldn't bear to say
You want
goodbye
money?
in person.
I shouldn't
Don't
be
leave me.
surprised, but I am. I want freedom.
I'll be here when you
Real
get out.
freedom. Not the trust fund scraps father doles out. Give me $10 million and I'll sign whatever papers you want. You can keep the marriage,
I
the
love you,
penthouse,
Ethan.
the whole fairy
I
tale.
love you too, Lily.
She examines her nails. I'll even throw in a statement saying I encouraged the substitution. Everyone saves face. That's blackmail, Ethan says. That's business. You understand business, don't you, darling brother-in-law?
We did everything we could.
10 million is nothing to you, but it's everything to
No.
me. Freedom to live my life without family obligations or arranged marriages or any of it. I look at Ethan. He's furious. I can see it in the set of his jaw,
happen.
the tension
but
in
it
his
did.
shoulders. But he's also calculating, weighing options. I'll give you $5 million,
This.
he says finally. And you sign a document
Noah.
relinquishing all claims to
Goodbye,
the Moore
Lily.
name and fortune. You also agree to tell our parents that you encouraged Sophia to take your place.
I love you.
7 million. 5 million,
love
or
you
I'll tie you up in legal battles for the next decade. I have very expensive
you too.
lawyers, Isabella. Do you? Isabella's
I
smile
love spending
falters.
time with you.
Fine, 5
Me
million.
too.
But I want it in cash, transferred to an offshore account. Done. My lawyers will have the papers ready by tomorrow. Pleasure doing business with you. Isabella turns to leave, then pauses, looking back at me. You know, Sophia, I almost feel bad for you. You think you've won. Got the rich husband, the fancy penthouse, the whole romance novel fantasy. But you're still living my life, wearing my name, sleeping in my bed. You'll always be the substitute. The second choice. She's not the second choice, Ethan says, his arm sliding around my waist. She's the only choice. You're the one who was never real, Isabella. Just a pretty mask with nothing underneath. Isabella's face hardens. We'll see how long your little love story lasts when reality sets in. When he realizes he's married to boring, plain Sophia instead of exciting, sophisticated Isabella. Get out, I say quietly. Take your money and go. But don't ever come back here and try to make me feel small. I'm not that scared little girl anymore. For a moment, something flickers in Isabella's eyes. Surprise, maybe, or respect. Then she laughs. Look at you growing a spine. Maybe marriage to a ruthless CEO was good for you after all. She heads for the elevator. Goodbye, Sophia.
No.
Enjoy your fairy tale while it lasts. The elevator doors close and she's gone. I sag against Ethan, suddenly exhausted. Is it really over?
I just have so
It's
many
really over.
questions and I don't know
She'll
who
sign
to
the
trust.
papers,
I know,
take the money,
but
and
you can trust
disappear.
me.
That's what she wanted all along, freedom.
And it truly
He tilts
feels like
my
a new
chin up.
beginning.
Are you
Fresh
okay?
start, indeed.
I think so. It's just, she said I'm still living her life. You're not. Ethan's voice is firm. This is our life, yours and mine. We're building it together from scratch. No more pretending, no more substitutions. Just us. Just us, I repeat, letting the words sink in. I like the sound of that. Good. Because I have plans for us. He grins, starting with a proper honeymoon. Where do you want to go? Anywhere but Paris, Monaco, or Bali. He laughs and the sound fills the penthouse
Maybe you're
with
right.
warmth. How about somewhere quiet? A cabin in the mountains, maybe. Just you and me and no society pages. Perfect. We stand there in the morning light holding each other, and I realize that Isabella was wrong. I'm not living her life. I'm living mine. A life I chose with a man I love, building something real from the ruins of a lie. I'm not the substitute bride anymore. I'm just the bride, his bride, and that's more than enough. Epilogue. 6 months later, Mrs. Moore. The students are waiting.
Still raining.
I smile at my assistant, gathering my lesson plans. Tell them I'll be right there.
I like
The
it though.
Sophia Moore Academy for Underprivileged Children
How are
opened
you
last
feeling?
month, funded by the Moore Foundation and my personal
tired.
passion project.
Tired.
30 students ages 6 to 12, all from low-income families, all getting the education they deserve. It's everything I ever dreamed of. How was your first class? Ethan appears in my office doorway looking deliciously out of place in his business suit among the colorful children's artwork. Wonderful. Chaotic. Perfect. I move into his arms. What are you doing here? Don't you have a company to run?
do this
Nathan,
anymore.
you have
I'm the
to.
CEO. I can take a long lunch to visit my wife.
You know what happens if you
He kisses my forehead. Besides, I wanted to see you in your element. You're glowing. I'm happy.
Lily.
Good. You deserve to be happy. He pulls back, his
Lily.
expression turning serious. I got
will
a
get
call
through
from your
this.
father today. My stomach tightens.
But what if we
What
do
did
not?
he want?
We will.
To
I
apologize.
promise.
And to ask if he
It's
could visit your
terminal.
mother with you this weekend. Father and I haven't spoken since the truth came out. He was furious at first, threatening legal action, raging about ruined business deals. But Ethan had quietly ensured that the Castellano
I'm
family
so
businesses
sorry,
didn't
Lily.
suffer. And eventually, Father's anger had faded into shame. What did you tell him? That it's your decision. Always your decision.
What is wrong with you people?
Ethan tucks a strand of
My
hair behind my
dearest
ear.
friend.
But for what it's worth, I think your mother would like
I'm
to see
writing
you
this
both
to you
together.
because I couldn't bear
She's
to
doing
say
so
goodbye
well
in
now.
person.
The treatment worked.
Don't leave me.
Tears prick my eyes. Mom is in remission.
I'll be here when you get out.
Healthy and strong for the first time in years. Okay, tell him yes. We'll visit together. Are you sure? I'm sure.
I love
Life's
you,
too
Ethan.
short to hold grudges.
I love you too, Lily.
And maybe, I pause, considering. Maybe he's learned something too. About what really matters. When did you become so wise? When I married a man who taught me that love is a choice we make every day. Not a business deal or an
We did
obligation,
everything we
but a
could.
choice. Ethan's smile is soft, intimate. I choose you, Sophia Moore. Every day, every moment. And I choose you. We kiss, surrounded by children's laughter echoing from the classrooms, and I think about how
I
far
never
I've
meant
come.
for this to happen.
From the scared
I know,
girl in
but
her
it did.
sister's wedding dress to the woman standing here now. Confident,
We can fix
loved,
this.
living her own life on her own terms.
Goodbye, Noah.
Isabella was
Goodbye,
wrong
Lily.
about so many things, but she was right about one. I did get the fairy tale,
I
just
love
not the
you.
one she imagined.
I love you too.
Mine is better, because it's
I
real.
love you too.
Society
spending
page,
time with
the
you.
Metropolitan
Me
Times,
too.
Power Couple Spotlight. Ethan and Sophia Moore, the CEO and his wife. Educator and philanthropist Sophia Moore
I love you, Ethan.
celebrated the grand
I love you
opening
too,
of the
Lily.
Sophia Moore Academy last month. When asked about the unusual circumstances of their marriage, Mrs. Moore famously stepped in as a substitute when her twin sister Isabella left the country. Ethan Moore simply smiled
We
and
did
said,
everything we could.
I married the right woman. I just didn't know it at the time. The couple, married for 7 months, appeared deeply in love and committed to their philanthropic work. As for Isabella Castellano, sources say
I never
she's
meant
living
for this
abroad
to
and very
happen.
happy with
I know,
her
but it
choices.
did.
It seems everyone got their happy ending after all.
We can fix this.